Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at my top 10 LRs for 2022 in terms of their red zone performance. So this is just purely how they perform across all red zones in general, I think, and it factors in three main kind of criteria: their lead skill, their personal individual ability, and then of course also their versatility as well. So are they specifically good against one boss, or are they good against a lot of bosses? We have a lot of the top LRs down here. Some of them are JP exclusive, so I won't be reviewing those. But let's talk about red zone. So I think number one for me has to be the Vegeta and Trunks. I'm starting at number one. I go down. That's just how it is. Bond, Parent, and Child is a huge category overall, massive. And Trunks and Vegeta, honestly, are just great. They're first slot tank. They stack really quickly based on their LR stats. They have crit. They have built-in additionals. Great active skill. And they're just very, very strong. So I think for me, they're an undisputed number one, personally speaking. And then I think for me, number two, honestly, is a little bit of a toss-up, but again, I'm gonna probably give number two to these two units. I think in different aspects, they're both number two to me. Cooler, I think, just does so much damage. Cooler is, I just think, such beautiful damage. His team is exceptional. He's got two great first slot tanks in the form of Tech Golden Freezer, AGL Golden Freezer, Physical Metal. Cooler is a great healing addition to the team. He's got AGL Golden Freezer LR, who hasn't come out on global yet, but he's a great unit. He's got himself, who's a fantastic unit. He's got Kulieza, who's a fantastic unit. Janemba can fit on his team. He's just great. He's just really strong. His team's awesome. Leader skill's great, and he does huge damage. He struggles in some AGL fights, but even then, as long as he doesn't get supered, he's pretty strong. Goku, in the same fact, leader skill's not so great. Powerful comeback, not the greatest, but Goku himself, super strong. Great first slot tank, exceptional unit. Revive skills, fantastic. Stacks really quickly. Overall, just a super fantastic unit. Overall, for me personally speaking. Then it's going to come to something contentious. For me, I put Piccolo here. Piccolo's great himself. Awesome unit. Team, average. Battle of the Wits as a category has got some lackluster units. It does have Tech Vegito. It does have some Vegitos who are pretty good, but some of them have aged really, really averagely. There are some good units on that team, like Physical, Piccolo, and Goku, who are now getting a lot of respect and do help out the team a lot. But in general, I just don't find Piccolo's leader skill to be that great. Superheroes is a strong category if you have all the Dragon Ball superhero movie units, but it's not that strong otherwise. Piccolo himself, very strong. A lot of people base him on his Cell Max performance, where he is very good. But yeah, generally speaking, I do find that for me at least, he's here. He's definitely third on the list for me. And right behind him, I would probably have to go with Gohan, and I would have to put the God units in the same category. Now, whereas Gohan's leader skill and the God's units have the absolute, probably some of the coolest leader skills in the game. Hybrid Saiyans really needed the buff, but has some really accessible, strong units on it still, especially some of the older units that got some really good easy A's. And Movie Heroes here is just really, really strong, and Power Beyond Super Saiyan is just really, really strong. I think both of them have great leader skills. I think they're very similar units in construct, and I would honestly rank them the same. One thing I will say is when Gohan's hot, he's very hot, and his nullification ability is really, really strong. Whereas when the gods are a little bit more consistent, both will die to a super from a type disadvantage, and both will take a lot of damage from a super. But generally speaking, I think they're both good. Gohan's got slightly better versatility due to typing, actually, which is a bit of a strange thing. But yeah, generally speaking, I find them both to be pretty good. So I'm going to stick them in the same kind of realm. Then beyond that, so it gets a little bit iffy here, but I actually want to put these guys over here as a unit. I, people don't like them. I like them. Are they a top 5 unit in the game? It is debatable. They might move down. We'll have to see. But for now, I do like the look of them there. One thing I do like, the leader skills really, really good. They pair up really well with this Goku here, and the two of them together make a powerful 1-2 combo that's nearly can't die. Their morale boost is a bit inconsistent, and I think that's why they're not higher up in the list. They probably will drop down, but for now, I think we can put them here. I don't think they're top 5 parallel equivalent units, but yeah, I think they are definitely there. Then we have the SS4 units. The SS4s are kind of let down on just the simple fact that they don't have a rainbow orb changer and their team is a bit weaker than everyone else's. The SS4 EZAs weren't as good, I think, in the long run. Same with the third year LRs as I wanted them to be. So I would kind of, I think they're top 5? Probably not. I probably would put them here. I think overall, I just see them sitting just outside that kind of top 5 bracket. Animations wise, I think they're beautiful. I do think they are, as a unit, exceptional. They are essentially the same thing as the gods, but the leader skills not as great right now. Fuse Fighter will be getting a very big buff, and so they could sit here. I think giving them 5th is probably fair from that perspective. And then we come to a couple units that I think are contentious. So one thing I will say, I think Metal Cooler is probably around here as a unit. And I also think that Physical Janemba is around here as a unit. And I'll explain why. Both suffer the similar problem in that they're limited. So although they're exceptionally good, they are limited. Janemba is limited on teams and linking partners, and so is Cooler. Although both are great, Janemba is a fantastic unit that can build up quickly, and Guard, which is fantastic. He's super tanky. I really, really like him. And Physical Cooler, I think, is also exceptional. Needs a couple dupes, but is a little bit restricted in his team and his linking partners, which I think is the only detriment to Physical Cooler as a unit. But he works great under the lead skill of this Cooler. It's just a shame that he's not under the full 200% leader skill, which I think is the big shame. Then we come here. I think Zamasu probably comes in at 9th for me. Just overall in his performance, I probably would stick these guys here, and I'm going to talk about these two now. So these guys, I think, are actually really, 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 really good, but they also suffer the similar problem as Cooler and Janemba in that they are limited. But I think even though they're limited, when you get them right, and with Piccolo coming out now, I think they are actually, they're there. I think they're there in terms of how good they are as a unit. You could place them near the end of the list. Depends how you evaluate limitedness. Personally speaking, they're very, very strong. I just think they still need a couple counterparts to really, really, really be good. I think we could possibly do something like this based on the limitedness. I like this. I like the look of this. I do think, because of their leader skill, these guys I think are just outside the top 5. I genuinely think they are that good. I use them a lot. I think they're fantastic, so I'm going to stick them there. I think that's where they belong. And then the last one is a little bit contentious. Zamasu could be there. Zamasu could also be here. I think Zamasu and Rose could also be here. My reason for them not being so high up is, although they are spectacular, their team is not great, and it's still missing 1 or 2 pieces. It's got Strength Rose, who's really good. It's got the Zamasu, who's really good, but that's about it. Also, no 200% lead right now, so they're a little bit limited on that perspective. But otherwise, I still think pretty damn good. And then I probably say these guys are in a 10th. They're a second slot unit that's very, very good, but they do lack a little bit overall. I think outside shots are probably, I would say the ones just outside, if we had to add a row, like kind of for almost their units, I would probably say Tech Gogeta's pretty good. I would also say SS4 Goku's pretty good. Super Saiyan Goku's pretty good on the right team. So is Final Trump Card Goku. but I think all these units need a lot more to shine than all of these individual ones, or if they do need more to shine, like for example Goku and Piccolo, I think they are better. I'm gonna do this. I think this is better. Yeah, I think that's better. That looks good to me. I think they, although they need a lot to shine, they when they shine, they shine. They shine hard. They're very crazy. The rest of these, I think they're just outside in terms of raw. I think the team needs work. The Universal Survival Saga team. Goku, I think, is really good, but he's super fragile in some content. Frieza, we don't have yet on global. Vegeta, I think, is just not as good as SS4 Goku. These guys also aren't just there yet, and these guys aren't on global. So yeah, that's it for Red Zone. Let me know what you guys think, what you would rank them. I know it's technically more than 10 units, it's actually 14, but I genuinely think it's kind of interchangeable in those slots. If you wanted to really expand it, I guess it would be a top 15, probably with maybe Goku, Tech Gogeta coming in 15th. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. I'd love to see it in another video. But yeah, I'll talk about SBR and ESBR in another video, and then yeah, that's it. But cool. Thanks, guys. Cheers and bye.